Three Brothers Music and Things podcast is not in any way, shape, or form responsible for other people's dumb decisions. The statements made by the hosts and guests are strictly opinion and intended as entertainment only. Three Brothers Media Group is not responsible for anything said or done by anyone because of what the three idiots hosting this podcast have said or done. However, if you decide to listen to this podcast, do this at your own risk. Possible side effects are hiccups, fever, dizziness, temporary blindness, the clap, small case of gonorrhea, burning when you pee or someone else pees, chronic bedwetting, inflammation of fat cells, slight anal discharge, and possible death.
I am Kevin. You can call me Kev. I usually disagree on a lot of things. I'm pretty vocal about stuff. And to my left, the bearded freak, my little brother, Jesse.
I want to be able to walk when I'm 35.
And on my right is brother Andy.
The champ. Little poke. Tony Baloney. Jesse. Asshole.
Oh, here we are. Three Brothers Music and Things. I'm sorry for the intro. You didn't get to hear us. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on. And yeah, this is Three Brothers Music and Things where every day and pretty much every hour we really disappoint our parents.
Comment down below and we might message you on what we were talking about.
Yeah, you make a guess. You make a guess in the comments below. We'll tell you that you're probably wrong.
Yeah, even if you're right.
Oh, I am middle child, middle brother, Kevin. Please call me Kev. And with me always, our little brother, Jesse.
Hello.
Hey!
Wow.
You kind of scared me.
This is loud.
I peed a little.
Why do you have to be so loud? Just shut up. Jesus.
Oh, man.
Can't handle this.
He's always so obnoxious with his hellos.
Also with us, our older brother. This is Andy. Did he do it?
Yeah, not even changing it up.
Oh, man.
I got that trademarked.
Also, talking about trademarks, he's also got another name in a different world. I don't know how many of you have been to some different style of clubs where there may or may not be cross-dressing allowed. But Andy does do some hosting at a cross-dressing type of bar entertainment place. I've never been there. Jess, what was it like when you went to see your brother?
Awkward.
But Andy was hosting, and so he has the mic most of the night introducing all the other ladies, I guess I would say. I guess, right? I don't know. But he does have a stage name that he uses while he's doing that part of his entertainment business. Please tell us what this is.
Betty?
Just Betty?
Yeah. It's not just Betty.
Oh.
Betty nails her.
Betty nails her?
He nails her. Oh,
that's a good one. That is a good one. Speaking of copyright, you better get that. You better get that wrote down right now, or that's getting taken.
You better put a TM at the end of that one.
Oh man.
Now you have to call me Betty the rest of the
Betty.
I'm gonna call you Nailser.
I'm gonna call you Miss Nailser. Betty Miss Nailser. Oh man. I have a question for you guys.
Oh man.
As some of you or a couple of you that listen or watch may know, little brother Jess and I, Kev, have a bet going still. Where Jess is growing his hair out and will not get it cut until I shave or trim my beard. So I have not. And he has not got a haircut that I know of. I haven't seen him without his hat on this week, or actually the last couple of weeks. I don't know which means I'm not even going to ask you to take your hat off. But it is quite long. It is so long that I don't know. He could be getting it trimmed little by little, and I would have absolutely no idea. Because
I was just thinking that same thing with your beard. If you just trim the flyaways every day,
which
nobody would ever know.
Which I haven't. There'll be days that
tides have turned, my friend.
Oh, I know. Well, I can't wait till we get to that point where I can at least trim and not have any idea. But I haven't. So I've got. It's crazy up here. It's starting to push out quite a ways. I got the weird roll thing going on. I am Mr. Neckbeard. It's going to be coming out this way.
I do see the waves in it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Here Underneath, yeah. So there's a couple waves going on. So my question to you guys, because I'm not this far along, I've waited until I'm going to be like have this craziness going on before Jess is going to help me probably, because by then his hair will be to his shoulders. He'll be like, I'm getting rid of this. Why are your guys' beards so straight? And I have waves like, you shouldn't be here.
Bye.
Is this just a grooming thing and trimming the proper way, or am I just gonna have this beard? We kind of talked about this a couple weeks ago. How you told me that I looked like the Teen Wolf dad,
Right, yeah.
the Teen Wolf's dad, because
He's
it's
got
just
the
bush. Your guys is quite straight, and it's not. I don't see like the curls that I have. And I know that your hair gets kind of curly, just like mine does. Maybe mine gets a little bit more. So I thought maybe it's just because of the way that my hair is as well, that it's just a natural curl. Or is it something that you guys are doing? You guys explain to me.
Me?
Yeah.
Heat and a round brush.
What?
So it's a technique called, don't make fun of me,
I'm going to.
quiffing.
I don't think I'm going to be doing that.
I knew one of you were going to do it. But no, if you... So yours is probably good for right now, but the longer it goes...
Is it? I think I look
think it
stupid.
is. You could probably still take a round brush and use a blow dryer and straighten it
Is
out.
this literally just a complete circle round brush?
Yeah.
A small one.
Small
Okay.
diameter. Get the one with the holes in the middle of it so the airflow can flow through it.
Okay.
And then just quiff away.
Am I quiffing down or up?
Oh, you're curling it underneath.
Underneath, I'm pushing my
For-
neck beard out
For
further.
yours,
Yep.
for yours, I would start with just going straight down with a round brush and following it with the heat to get the waves out, because it's not quite as long yet to
Right.
curl under.
But the underneath is definitely getting there to where it's starting to touch the front.
Yeah.
So pretty soon they clash together, and then I'm gonna go Amish.
Well, you can see like right below your jawline, it curls out,
Yeah.
and then underneath that, it curls back in.
So I got a heart-shaped box.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that reference.
Mine.
good.
I'm just
mine will
worried
do-
about the double.
Yeah.
Like I got a double wave thing going, so I was like, I don't know if this is supposed to be like this or if it's gonna change later on as you guys are telling me that I have to do certain things, and then the trimming is all gonna help it or whatever. So I was very interested because I'm like, man, I'm gonna look like a mountain man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be insane.
You could try too, just using a regular comb. You gotta have a comb brush
Yep.
or a beard comb, right?
Yep.
So try using a regular comb with heat and a blow dryer and
combing
just
it
try and
straight.
straighten some of them curls out.
You have any advice? I want advice first before I tell you what I do. I will tell you exactly what I do.
So
That is my
mine,
advice.
mine does something similar to yours, where if I don't do anything with it, I just shower, towel dry, it will curl out. And so for me, taking the round
Is it
brush
just
and curling
a
it back
straight
this way,
down and then curl flare out?
yeah,
That's exactly what mine does.
It just flares out, and the same thing in the
exactly
front.
what mine does.
Yeah. So for me, just taking the round brush from underneath and
Just taking those
curling
curls and bringing them back
curling
in.
it in, and hitting it with the blow dryer just gets it, straightens it back out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I could talk about this for hours, bro.
Now, I'll tell you what I do, and you tell me how wrong I am, and tell me what I need to do to correct what I'm doing right now at this point of where my beard's at. So I take a shower, usually every other Thursday. And
There's your
that's
first
about
mistake.
Yeah. Wrong.
But after that, usually when I get out, I was told that you dry by just kind of patting down,
Yep.
not the whole
Exactly.
rub.
Yep.
I rub
There you go.
because it dries really fast.
Yeah.
So then it's done and I don't have to worry about it. But then after that, it's not all the way dry, but I have a brush with just a billion bristles on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just do this. I just go straight down and then I go to bed.
As hard as you can.
Pretty much. There's a lot in there when I'm done. But then I wake up, and I don't like to wake up. And when I wake up, I grab that brush, and I do this, and then I go to work. I spend almost a full minute on my beard a day.
That's your problem. That's where the problem lies.
So right now, For those that are watching on YouTube, it's not real big by any means yet. It's not short. Like I usually have like pretty much just scruff is all I usually have. And I get made fun of quite a bit for not having a beard. And so right now for where it's at, what should I be doing differently than what I'm doing now?
I think the first thing you should be doing is getting some moisture into your skin underneath. So that's a good beard oil.
I have it.
Especially since
I've used it twice.
Since you're showering the night before.
Every day.
Usually.
After shower, once it's dry, just get like a dime-sized spot of beard oil in your palm, rub it together, and then just work it in under your beard into your skin. Because your skin's going to get really dry and itchy.
It already does get really dry because I could like go and it looks like my beard just dandruff like crazy all over. And I know it's just my skin because I've done this and it's like just skin that's coming out.
Yep. And usually if people use beard oil and they feel like their beard is greasy, you're using too much or you're not getting it rubbed into the skin underneath. You're just putting it on the beard. So I'd say that's the first thing you should do is make sure you get, the skin moisturized.
I would say second. What kind of wash do you use on your beard?
I have 3 different ones.
Is it beard wash? Or is it shampoo
I have a shampoo
and
and a conditioner. No, it's for beard.
Okay.
All of it is for beard. I got one that's a shampoo and conditioner. I got one that's actually both the other ones are just shampoo.
Do you use it?
Yes.
Well, okay. Then your first step is good. Second step would be beard oil after every time you wash your beard. Every time. Every single time.
Now, what about the conditioner side? Because I've read different things about you should not conditioner every time. I've even had people say you shouldn't even shampoo every single time that you take a shower, like every day.
Shampoo, not every single time. Conditioner every single time you take a shower. For me, anyway. That's what I do.
I use beard wash every time I take a shower just because, there's crumbs.
Mayonnaise.
Various juices accumulate.
Bush light. What?
You can listen back.
I think I will.
I heard you. All right, so I have some correcting to do. So that's my little pre-topic on this of I don't want to look like a crazy homeless guy. I just want to look like a normal homeless guy.
I reached out to Jesse several years back when I was trying to grow my beard a little longer, and I was having the problem with it just curling out every time. And I couldn't figure out, because before that I had kept it pretty, short trimmed. So I reached out to Jess. I'm like, how do I keep this thing from just curling out? And that's when he recommended the round brush and the blow dryer, and I've been doing it ever since, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
I'm also going to trim my beard. No, I'm just kidding.
Look,
I
haven't trimmed a damn thing on this.
Look at that.
think he's about to beg you to trim your beard at this point.
Just let me get the neck back here. It's so annoying.
We did this the other day at your last party thing that you had. I don't know if you were
New Year's Eve?
No, at the club on
At the Moose.
the Moose.
Oh, the diaper party.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you want to get into more details of your life.
Oh, I'm having a baby. Not me personally.
You look great.
Look like you're having it out of your beard.
Especially if we're only a month away.
Yeah, right.
So
I shouldn't be drinking this.
You're gonna come out as smart as his dad. So all 3 of us.
Breakfast.
No, we can't do any spoilers. No spoilers yet. So we. If my buddy Keith listens to just this part, he's gonna start laughing because he actually gave me part of that idea. So we're gonna talk about this.
No more spoilers. All right.
So we were together for that a week, whatever, back. I don't know. By the time you guys listen to this, it'll be 7 months ago.
My newborn will be 2.
Yeah, 2 years
That'd
old.
be crazy.
But anyways, we were talking about this, and he took his hat off, and his hair. We were talking about how it's starting to split like right down the
yeah.
middle.
Yep.
Like mine does. Like with my hair short, you can actually see. Remember when I changed and I buzzed it and I still had that?
You
like,
came to practice,
it was
and I'm like,
completely pulled.
when did you get that scar on your head?
Because me and Andy were like this down.
yeah,
that's
and
right.
when I would look
He'd
down,
look down, and I'd see
and
this
he just
line.
sees this big line in the middle of my head. But Jess, I was like, huh? Jess was talking to me about it, how it's starting to come down, and when he would pull on his hair, I was like, oh my god, he looks like Shemp from the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Which was so funny. It was really funny. All right, so since you're opening that, we need first a quote of the week so that everybody knows what they need to work on in their own lives this week.
Inspire us.
Inspire us as well as you can, being that you're due soon.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're gonna do beer of the week, and this is a special beer of the week. So, do you have a quote for us?
I do. It's a short one.
Whenever we do quotes, he's like this. Yes, I do. He starts to eat the microphone all of a
Because I
sudden.
talk so quiet with my quotes.
But we can't hear what the quote is.
Yeah. Speak up.
Listen back.
Touche. All right, let's do quote of the week, and while he does that, get rid of that one that you were drinking really old beer.
The floor.
Yeah, come on, it's the dungeon.
The dungeon floor.
I just mopped this.
Just mopped it.
All right, Jess, what do we got? We all have to learn from this. We will all improve our lives if we just do this type of thing.
Well,
Kinda.
if you fall,
See?
I'll always be there.
That's good because I got to walk across his icy driveway back to my car.
You want to know who said it?
I feel like it's a
You
song
fall,
lyric.
I will always be there. It's a female.
Ish.
Now I'm not even gonna guess now with that.
It's whatever
Like, I don't-
you want it to be.
Female-ish. Rosie O'Donnell.
Boy George.
Nope.
You got us.
The floor.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
What is that Billy Madison movie? We are all a little bit dumber.
Yeah.
Well,
I award you 0 points. And may God have mercy on your soul.
A simple no would have been fine, but all right.
for all of you listening, that's probably 40-ish seconds of your life you're never going to get back.
Oh,
For those of you watching on YouTube, yeah. Okay.
Man, oh man.
We have a special beer of the week. We've held off as long as possible on this, I think.
Finally got our hands on some.
These two are about to fire me on a Three Brothers business, so it wouldn't have been Three Brothers anymore. Andy, do you want this one?
Sure.
This is for whatever episode this is, 11. Season 1, episode 11, I believe. If I'm wrong, comment below and tell me how dumb I am.
So today we have Busch Light.
I don't even know. Like when I'm editing, I'm gonna do something there, but I don't even know what to do. You guys set this up
Who
that
were
I can
you
pretty much
looking
do.
at?
Edit.
Were you looking at the camera?
Well, I looked at Andy and then he just froze. So I looked at you and you're doing, and then you froze, and I'm just like, so I'm froze. So all three of us are like on pause right there.
I was
for a
really
second.
hoping you were looking at the camera like,
Well, half the time I forget there's a camera there.
If there's anything to read on.
no.
Oh, I'll give you this. Go ahead. Oh, you already opened them. They're already drinking the beer of the week because they pretty
This
much.
is what we drink.
Yeah, this is what they drink all the time.
Wait, Andy,
So-
you didn't.
How was that?
You're not gonna want to smell that now.
Yeah, you didn't do the shake. You didn't smell it. You didn't do your normal stuff. No, it smells like
Smells like barley.
saliva.
It smells very bushy.
Smells like saliva and barbecue.
Pretty much.
No, that's your beard.
Smells like juices.
When did you eat barbecue
You
last?
still didn't get it.
I heard juices. I'm gonna play it back anyway. though.
So here's some Busch Light from the mountains of Busch.
It is the
this-
mountains of Bush.
This is a beer that you can drink in the summer,
Yep.
in the fall,
Yep.
in
Which
the
is when we drink it the most.
in the
really.
dungeon.
Drink a lot in the fall.
when you're alone when you're with brothers.
Yeah.
When you go home from your brothers and you're still alone.
When you
And
shower.
when you wake up and you're alone. And when you get home from your work, you're sorry,
You're alone a lot.
No, I'm looking at you.
He's looking at you. He didn't glance at me.
I like being alone. Not gonna lie.
That goes off of one of my questions later on. What do you do when you're bored and alone?
Oh no! Don't ask him that.
I head for the mountains of bush. Light beer.
Oh goodness.
Where the juices flow.
Ever since
Where the
Andy
eagle flies.
ever since Andy or Betty was 21 and Jess was 11, they started drinking Busch Light. And
accurate.
I know.
I started before 21.
Well, I was trying to keep you from getting in trouble.
but I started right at 21.
Oh, 21. Yeah, Jess
But you
was.
shot me at
Jess
11.
Jess was 11.
Keeping you out of trouble and throwing me under the bus.
This is definitely a beer that they drink. They like. This is usually in one of their hands, and then they try a beer of the week of a different sort in the other hand. And yeah, it's pretty much water to these guys because I mean, they'd drink as much as me if they came in a gallon like this.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, that would be
in other
sweet.
words, in other words, Busch Light. We need some sponsors from you.
Yeah. Hit us up.
These guys will absolutely love that. I will love that to watch these guys be so happy that we are sponsored by Busch Light. That would be amazing.
Well, I mean, technically, it'd be an Anheuser-Busch.
Well,
That's just being technical.
yeah. Stop being technical with me.
So now would be a bad time to tell them that the Bud Light next tastes like shit.
And there goes that.
can-
That was short lived.
We can edit that out.
There goes Busch Light.
Busch Light is nectar of the gods.
Yeah, thank you, Miles. Appreciate it.
We're definitely having fun on this episode. You'll start to see some different themes of segments that we do quite often. I believe last week I mentioned we are one step closer. Even Busch Light would be upset about this. We're one step closer of getting the real Dr. Drew back in the studio
Oh, boy.
on video.
If you
There's-
just behave and fucking self.
yes, he's still over in the corner.
Character.
He got let out once. That's when he's seen all the video stuff happening, and that's when he yelled "hell no!" and then he went back into the corner dungeon. And
He locked himself in there.
yeah, I've been negotiating like crazy with him. We'll see. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in a bad mood, and he'll probably be mad at me and be very harsh to me. But we are getting very close to getting him on video for those of you watching YouTube. If you're listening, I promise it'll still be funny as usual. And yeah, nothing will change there. But if you want to see what he looks like, and it is a he, so there's a spoiler. Ask the Real Dr. Drew segment will be coming back. We're going to try to make it periodically. We're not going to do it every single week because nobody can handle that guy every single week. Nobody pays us enough to deal with him every single week. But he will be making an appearance, pretty often. Different occasions, anniversaries, bar mitzvahs.
Oh, no.
Whatever. But we're almost there. We're almost there. There's some weird things. If you listen to last week's episode about riders, he's got his own to be able to come on here, and they are some of the craziest ones that I've ever heard, even after listing them all from last week. So we're very close there. One thing I want to talk about is that us three have done quite a bit in our lives. I always tell people I have already lived about 15 lives because I've done so many things in my life, from careers, job-wise, in the military, out of the military. Felt like I've lived a whole life by the time I was 15. And then my 17-year age came along and all kinds of stuff. So we've done all kinds of things. We've all have our stories, but we feel that the three of us, with our experience and the knowledge, that we can give you some really sound advice. And the advice that we're going to give you this week is how to never, ever get booked ever again if you're in a band or a single musician as an artist.
Do the exact opposite of what we're about to tell you.
Yeah.
Then you might get in somewhere. But we're going to tell you the advice that you would expect from the Three Brothers Music and Things podcast. This is how you never get booked ever again.
Yes.
Do you guys have anything off of hand that you'd like to start with, or do you want me to start?
I would say right at the beginning of your show, announce free drinks for the entire night.
Because the venue has no idea.
Yes. Free drinks all night.
That's a good one, because then the venue would be like, oh, okay, you're done.
You could take it one step further. You could get the bartender's name.
Yeah.
And then say, free drinks on so-and-so all night.
You're done.
How about this one? Free drinks all night on the main headline band.
Yeah.
Comes out of their pay.
So not only do you not get booked there again, but they
Right.
never ask you to play with them again.
Yeah.
Remember when you were on tour with us?
Yeah, that's a double whammy.
I like it. That's a really good one.
Yeah. It'll do the
I
job.
don't know if I've ever done that one. I don't think I've ever done that one. That's pretty ballsy.
I
for
haven't
me.
done that.
No.
Jess, you got any that you can do?
Yeah, during sound check, don't play Stairway to Heaven. I mean, wait, if you don't want to get booked again, play Stairway to Heaven
Definitely play
during
Stairway
sound
to
check.
Heaven. Yeah, I like that. Any others that definitely just do your tuning and yourself scream played Freebird.
At yourself.
Yeah, since you have the mic on and everything too.
And then disagree. No, I'm not playing that.
Yeah, and then bitch and complain about how you had people yell and play Freebird
I got another
at
one.
that venue.
I got another one for back when I was drumming. If you don't want to get booked again during a sound check, when they tell you, okay, snare drum, hit the snare drum, and then continue to play the entire set. That'll do it. That'll really piss your sound guy off.
I've got another one for drummers. Go out and buy yourself a bunch of cheap LA special drumsticks and just start chucking them some bitches right in the crowd.
During sound check.
During the show. There ain't enough people there during sound check. You got to hit some motherfuckers.
You're throwing at the sound guy.
You just got to start chucking them in the crowd as hard as you can.
You can do it during sound
not
check
a-
and then yell Freebird.
Yeah. It's not a here, have some cool stuff, free
No.
swag. This is I'm gonna
You're
try to take your
chucking.
eye
No.
out.
Yeah.
You're throwing them like a spear. Get the nice nylon tips.
And then bust them off.
take
so
the
it's a
tips
sharp
off?
end.
Yeah. That ought to do it.
Oh, I like these. These are fun. I want to stay away from
Killing people.
doing things to sound men, because in our band I'm usually the sound guy. So I just don't want
be
to give.
nice to the sound
I just don't
guys.
want to give this one any ideas on what we do.
Well, luckily,
That was good.
You see me rolling with LA specials,
Yeah,
you
when
better start
he's
to
like,
duck.
he's gonna be like, "Hey Kev, look what I bought." I'll be like, "Oh dang."
luckily, I don't know how to play Stairway, so you're fine with me. I could probably learn though.
One of my favorites. Act like just the whole night, whether you're the opener or the headliner, act like the venue owes you
A favor?
all their profits
Oh, yeah.
for the night. Like without me, you'd be nothing.
I've played with bands that acted like that, and let me tell you,
A lot of mine are just attitude based and money based, because
Yeah.
those are like sure ways of never
Gosh.
getting booked again.
so annoying. Like, be humble, man. Come on.
There's another one for, especially if you're a local band and you're like the headliner and you worked with the venue or the owner or whoever of that venue, and so what happens is if you're doing like door sales and you're getting 50% or 100% of the doors, and they're just doing the alcohol sales for them, they'll say, okay, at the end of the day you had this many, but they're gonna give you the total payout, and then if you had 2 or 3 other bands open for you or play with you or whatever, and it's supposed to be split, that you're the band that says thanks for coming, and you give them like not even 5% of whatever it was, and you go home with the majority of the money. Here's a 20 for you, 20 for you, and we just took
See you
home
later.
we just took home $440.
Nice. And they saw the house was packed all night.
They're like, I'm not very good at math, but wait a minute, I think something's wrong.
Yeah.
I got one. If you're the headliner, show up 40 minutes late.
So everything just gets thrown off.
People like that.
that's funny because especially if you're doing that style, like the headliner will usually get there early enough so you do their sound check, get them dialed in.
Yes.
So then you start going backwards. So then by the time you get to the openers, their stuff set up, they got it, and then you start dropping
And
stuff.
then you go.
So you have if you're a good sound person, you're gonna have everything saved for all the other ones and whatever. So yeah, so when you're 40 minutes late, now it's like
Now your entire
they got
show is
theirs
fucked.
done. We don't have time for any of you openers. Get up there. I'll mix on the fly.
You're gonna sound like shit for majority of your time, but you'll be all right.
I'm gonna give you one more that I think I could see Andy doing, especially to me. So I'll be like, Betty, I'm gonna kill you. You sit there and tell the sound guy, because you don't have control of your monitors, can you turn this up? And then I'll turn it up. And then you'll do
you
a
turn this
more.
down?
Will you turn that down? You did too much, and just go back and,
Back and
forth,
forth.
the whole time you have sound check. So they're still mixing everybody else's stuff, but you're still messing with them
Yeah.
by going up and down. Up and down. Sound guy, I'm gonna be like, I remember this band, and I'm gonna tell if I'm the booking, because I'm also the sound guy, or I'm gonna get with the booking people and be like, they're not coming back.
Yeah.
Too much of a hassle because you're an opener. Nobody knows you,
Right.
and you didn't bring anybody. And I'm supposed to spend that much time on just your stuff.
I'd say I've done that before.
That is one of them where I've been
I
the
have
big
done that
old
one
pain in the
before.
butt. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah. And ever since then, when I got some nasty talking to, I was just like, just turn everything up. I don't care. I'll just take everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
sounds
have-
good.
I have 100% been there and done that.
You were that
before.
guy?
Yeah.
I'd say bring some surprise pyrotechnics.
Surprise. What? They're not even professional.
Yeah, they're homemade.
Guitar solo. He's back there going, here's an M80.
in his back pocket.
I can't get the safety child-proof green light.
Right,
Yeah.
Non-green lighter.
It can't be green, damn it.
Oh,
That's why they don't work.
Oh,
So he's
shoot.
lighting off M80s from back. He's just like,
Yeah, just lob them.
incoming.
That's funny. That would be a sure way to not get invited back.
Yeah,
For sure.
Oh man, insurance companies would love you, but the venue would be like, "Oh, my premium's just skyrocketed."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna read this one out because this one was so funny when I read this. How about bands who, when you tell them they have one more song left because they're running late into their set, decide to play a 45-minute opus full of self-absorbed guitar solos, which in the course of playing covers in its entirety side 2 of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah. I was just going to say.
But a caveat to that is, especially the bigger venues in most places, or they've just got the right sound guys, they just shut you off.
Yeah.
When your time is up, I've been at these places. We're like, I think we have enough time for one more song.
I've seen it.
You got halfway through and zoop, everything comes down and they start playing the house music. And you're just
You're
like,
done.
okay. Grab my stick bag and get out of here.
I've never been that band, but I have seen it happen.
I've been
and
that
it
band
is-
once, and I'm like, never again.
really?
We are going to be 2 minutes short at least, unless they need us to go over. But they tell you that last minute.
Yeah.
So you got your 2 or 3 songs ready or whatever. But when they say we got 3 minutes, this one's 3 minutes and 20 seconds. We're done.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
That's all we got.
Not doing it. It's either that or let's go, and I'm gonna rush that song.
Right,
and
right.
We're gonna make up that 20 seconds
Yeah.
and be done.
I have never been that band, but I have seen it, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, you don't want to be
That
that.
is embarrassing.
It's like the award shows when they're talking too long and the microphone starts sinking down into the stage.
Where are you going? Where are you going? I'm glad we don't have that here because my microphone, you guys would make it disappear all the time.
Go fetch that bitch.
Well, now that he's gone, I have some stuff we want to talk about. One of my favorites, because I've seen it for years, everywhere I go, there's always that one band that walks in that just thinks they're so much better than everybody else. Okay, that might be true. You might be better than the rest of us. Pretty much anywhere I go, you're probably better than me in so many different levels of life. You don't have to act like it.
Right. Yeah.
Because more than likely, my fist is going to meet with your cheek. I can't stand that. Especially if you're not that big and you're not doing the whole I'm touring all over and I don't know any of your songs anyway. Like, you're doing the same thing I'm doing. We're all trying to sit here and do a side hustle with our bands, trying to make it, get people to hear some of our songs that we think are really good. You're in the same boat as me. You might be up towards the front or whatever, but we're in the same boat. Like,
Right.
come on.
Right.
I could become a fan. I'll tell my other friends, the tens of people that listen to us, and I'm going to tell them about your band.
Yep.
But
not
not,
now.
if you're a dick.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Not now. And if I do talk to them about it, it's going to be negative.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, we have our producer that never shows up, producer Tim. He likes, I'm not even going to say the band because I have negative feelings towards him. He liked a certain band, and I said, oh, I know them because I've talked to their tour manager and I've talked to a couple of them in email.
Trying to
And I said, that we were having these conversations back and forth, and man, oh man, it's who are you? Like, we don't do this and we don't do that, and well, give me the list of things you do because that's way shorter than the things that you don't do.
Right.
I just wanted to see if this band could work with this band, and I'm trying to get this whole thing set up. If I rent out this venue and I bring you in for a headliner, I'm going to bring these bands because they have big followings and this and this. But now you're going to tell me I'm pretty much giving you a show where I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars, but you're telling me all these things have to happen and this much money wasn't good enough. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm giving this to you.
Right.
But you're going to walk around like your poop don't stink. Like, I'm not for that. And if you're a local band, don't be those people.
No.
Don't be those people. Be very appreciative of every opportunity that you get.
Even
because,
if it's a 10-minute set.
Yeah,
play
because
it
without
and
that,
enjoy it.
Without that, that's 10 minutes less that you get to play and X amount of people less you get to play in front of.
Yep.
Like, be very humble about what you're doing and who's working with you, because you never know who that other band is. They might be below you, quote unquote, whatever, but what happens when they get noticed and things happen and things have changed and they're, now touring more than you are, and then do you think they're going to come back to you and ask you, hey, do you want to open with us?
Right.
You want to go on this tour with us? Like, it's all about networking. And if you're just a complete jerk, nobody's going to want to network with you, not talk to you, not pay you for things, not help you in any way. It's just a whole lot more harder for you when you just come out like you're just all that.
Oh, absolutely.
So just don't do it. Just be appreciative.
It reminds me of when we did the Battle of the Bands.
You want to explain it a little bit for everybody?
Oh, yeah, sure. Two different bands. We weren't in the same band
Right.
at that point in time.
We would never be in the same band
Never,
together.
ever.
Which we are.
So in two different bands playing the same Battle of the Bands, which
The
was
same night.
the same, very
This
same
was like
night.
3 or 4 nights worth. But
Yeah.
our two bands got picked randomly to play on the same
Yeah,
night
we
together.
we didn't even ask anybody to play on
And
the
there's
same
winners
night.
of the night, so it's kind of like a bracket type of thing. So there's winners
Yeah.
of the night that go to meet up with the other winners and stuff.
Yeah.
So virtually we were against each other that night.
But we weren't at the same time. Like, I just thought it was cool to be okay, you guys played, and then we were a little later on. But so that part was cool. But there was a band there that wasn't fucking cool. That almost got wrecked, all of them, by myself and myself only. I could not. God,
So this was when you were still pretty young, actually, at that time.
God, that was what, 9 years ago?
Something crazy. I think even longer than that. Well, no, but probably around then.
Probably
9, 10
9.
years ago, something
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah, it had to have been.
so you were still like young, as in new to going out and doing these things, and you had a handful of shows under your belt.
Ish, yeah.
But this was still like show number 7,000 for me at that point. So
Right.
So this was newer stuff happening with you, and like, wow, this other band being complete jerks to me, and his temper. He was just
Oh,
like,
dude.
especially back then, and he's just like, you're going down.
Well-
and then he tells me about this stuff, and I go, yeah, that happens all the time. And I'm just calm because, I know 75 bands that are like that.
But the thing about it is like you said, don't be them, because
Yeah.
that is just a terrible name to set for yourself. Like, no one gives a shit if you think you're better than anybody else. Yeah. You may be, but we're all out here doing the same thing, struggling to try to make something of ourselves. Let's help each other.
Yeah.
And eventually, okay, one of us will get big, and you know what? I'm going to ask you guys to come play on a show with us and not the arrogant assholes. We're just being dicks to everybody the entire night.
Was it Wayland?
No, it wasn't. I have met some guys from Wayland. They're actually really cool.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are really good.
Yep, I met
Wayland,
him.
hit us up.
I met him a couple of times. Very cool dudes. Very cool.
I saw them open for Stone Temple Pilots, and it was downtown GR, and they played like on the kiddie stage, which was off
just
to
a
the
little side stage
yeah.
thing? Yep.
Yeah, they were pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were
Very
decent.
cool guys. I've talked to him in text, or not text, but email a couple of times, and I got to talk to him during a couple times after they left and came back here to play a couple shows. I met them and stuff and talked to them. Very cool. Awesome. And I'm fine with all that because they are bigger and they are getting out there doing these things.
Well, that's why I
and
asked
they're
if it was
touring.
them, because I don't know any of them or haven't heard any stories, but I know they're one of the bigger
Yeah.
ones to have made it from.
Yeah, no, this was another local, just like the rest of us.
Yep.
But they've just been local a little bit longer than the rest of us, so they kind of felt like they were like the grandfather local band,
Yeah.
so they can kind of just do whatever they want locally. And it's like, there's a reason you're still local.
Yeah.
You know, just the word of mouth from your fans, like, oh, I met this person, they weren't that cool. This is what they said and did. That gets around really fast, and then you watch your sales go down. You watch nowadays, like your playlists are gonna drop and all this other stuff. Your plays on Spotify and whoever, wherever, Pandora, all that good stuff. And it's just, it gets out there so fast.
Yeah.
Like, you become nothing because without your fans and people liking you, like, you got nothing left.
Yep.
You're playing to nobody. You're selling things to nobody. It just whatever. So that was our original bands doing that stuff. It's the same way when we do our cover band stuff. You will never find me going out there telling everybody, oh, don't hire this cover band because they just suck or their attitudes are terrible and all this stuff. Listen, if I don't think you're good myself, I'm not going to sit there and just bash you. I'm just not going to talk about you.
Right.
Just in general. I would
Yep.
expect the same thing. If you think our band sucks, just don't talk about us.
Yeah.
Let other people experience. If they like us, cool. If they don't, then enough people think that we all suck, then they probably won't come see us
Right.
anyway.
Right.
So whatever.
Yeah.
But I will always, especially the people that are really cool with us and they have good personalities and they're trying to help us or we're helping them and it's all good. I'm not just gonna announce Red Barn 88 all the time of our band. I'm gonna announce your guys' band too and be like,
Yeah.
these guys are really cool. I'm gonna tag you and stuff on social media. I'm gonna say, hey, if you're a fan of ours, you should listen to these guys too. Because there's nothing out there that says, oh, this fan is only mine. You can't just divvy up all the fans that like music. People like multiple bands. There's no
Right.
reason, even cover bands. There's no reason that you can't like multiple cover bands.
Sure.
Especially if you're in a smaller towns and stuff. Follow the one band around all the time.
Yeah.
You can change it up.
And there are opportunities that come along for shows. People will reach out to you and want you to play something, and maybe you're not available. And then you can say, hey, but this band is really good. They do some similar stuff,
Yep.
and we highly recommend them.
Yeah, friends of ours just because from networking, and we've seen them.
Yeah.
They've come and seen us. You definitely want them if we're not available. And that will throw some venue people off, too, and be like, holy cow, you're really setting somebody else up instead of being so selfish to take these
Right.
or whatever. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I do too.
So yeah, just don't be those people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. So we've definitely had some advice. Don't take your dogs to your podcast recording,
right.
because the little Chihuahua will let the big Great Dane know we think one of the hosts are downstairs somewhere.
There's a snack. Jesse is a snack.
There's so much going on right now. If you're listening, you hear my dogs. If you're watching, Jess is coming back in.
Oh, he survived.
He fell. Or that's my Great Dane peeing on his boots.
He didn't fall.
So, yeah, so much going on there. We kind of covered how many of these that we have done. There's definitely some things. There's a lot of things that you can do to help get yourself booked again. But our advice is always, here's the things that you shouldn't do, because that's not what people usually tell you.
Because they're funnier.
Right. Yeah. I want to push over to some information about us to the viewers. We did this in, I think it was the preseason episodes. If you haven't heard those are not on video, but you can go on wherever you get your podcasts. You can download it to stream some of the preseason. So to explain this, we'd had some preseason. We kind of set it up like our sports stuff. We have a preseason, which we had, I think, 6 or 7 episodes on. That was getting us started. And then we started the regular season where things really got stupid, honestly. Because
I thought you were going to say better.
it has not gotten better. I have gotten better, but that's about where that ends.
Wow.
I'm that guy. Without me, there would be. I'm just kidding.
Wow. About to be one brother.
So
Everything he just said about local bands just went right out the window.
just kidding.
He's that guy.
Just kidding. Be that guy. It's gotten me everywhere.
That guy.
So yes, we have some preseason stuff, and we were talking in the preseason a little bit more about us. We've answered some questions from then, dozens and dozens of emails. Now we're up to thousands and thousands of emails and questions.
We can't keep up.
We can't. So the best way for you to get some of your questions in for us, it could be about anything, pretty much. We'll definitely filter some because Andy blushes and Jess explains too much stuff in detail. Nobody wants to hear either of that or see that. But since we did this when it was just audio version, and we answered some stuff about ourselves and kind of like, oh, this is more about my personality and my character, whatever.
Getting to know us.
Yeah, right. They realize we have no morals. Our standards are always really low for each other and ourselves. And
fair.
And
sounds right.
again, it goes back to we disappoint our parents every day, pretty much hourly. But now that we're on video and you guys can see us, those especially if you're on YouTube, you can see us now. If you're not on YouTube, get on YouTube. I think you can honestly just put in Three Brothers Music and it pops right up. But we
Yeah,
are
I
Three
think so.
Brothers Music and Things. So you will see some weird silhouette thing that I still have to replace, but it makes us look really shorter and a lot fatter. So don't let that scare you. But
That's not on there
I
anymore,
think
is
in
it?
YouTube, no, it's been replaced with our.
Yeah, that's our.
so
our
nothing
photo.
on YouTube
Yeah.
is on there. Oh, great!
Nope.
No more silhouettes
It's
of
the-
us being, 3'7".
it's the- It's the cool flexing one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, we got the good one. Okay. Good. So we're good on YouTube.
Yep.
But
Shows
now-
how much you watch it.
Oh wow. By the time I'm done editing all your guys' crap, I am so tired. It's just gonna be a beep all the way through this whole thing. Oh, I hate you.
You should have just slid one fuck in there.
I'm gonna replace
I
that
usually
with
try
a,
to.
I'm gonna replace that with a dolphin going. "Oh."
That
Be
was
like that
funny.
SpongeBob
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay,
That'd
so
be a good
anyways,
one.
we're gonna go through a few questions, and kind of would you rather's that Jess used to do way back in the day since he hasn't done it in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And
Been slacking.
we're gonna give you some honest answers. Well, as honest as we want to be, I guess, because who knows what comes out of our mouth. What I tell everybody in my personal life outside of our family, I tell everybody I'm literally serious about 2% of my day, and that's only because I have to be.
Right.
The other 98%ish, I'm pretty much just doing shock value. So I say things that make you go, "Holy cow, this guy's crazy," or "I can't believe he just said that or did that," or it's to make myself laugh for entertainment for myself.
Yeah.
Which sometimes they're hand in hand anyway.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Really warped sense of humor. I let people know up front. So if you don't like that, you probably don't want to talk to me.
And fuck off.
And you guys, I think, are pretty much the same way. Where maybe I'll just cut that out. And use that.
That was a terrible dolphin, really.
Try again.
I thought it was a baby goat.
I'm all stuffy.
It's really dry down here.
It's really dry.
You have a voice of an angel.
Or a little goat.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh. So we're gonna get to some of these questions, and we can randomly answer or take turns. I don't really care. This show has just gone downhill from the beginning. I don't even.
This is the first downhill YouTube video I think we've had.
As
know-
the even numbered episodes tend to do.
I think they're odds now
They
because they got switched.
they might find it.
Because
They-
I had-
because we had the contest one. Yeah, you're right.
Yes, that's why, because we threw an extra in there.
they're odds now.
So anyway, we even have a big clock that I use, so I know how long we've been recording. I, for the life of me, can't remember when we started. I have no idea how long we've been going.
145.
Nuh-uh.
I'm pretty sure. I swear to God.
You know what? Now that you say that, I think that's right.
I
So
seen
it
a
is
45 for sure.
I know you're right. So I think it is 1:45 p.m. on Wednesday.
Brian.
Because if you know me, you know I'm not up at 1:45 in the morning during the week. I'm usually in bed by 8, if I can help it.
Yeah, right.
So
2:21
AM.
right, it's still 2:21 p.m. We've been here way too long.
No.
At some point, this office is going to be used, and Brian's going to catch you. That's all I'm saying. Here's a question. Somebody wants to know, have you ever fallen in front of a huge crowd, off the stage or in front of a crowd? You guys drink a lot when we play. Has there been no trips by you? Have you not slipped off your drum stool?
I have not.
I haven't. I don't know how, but I
Dang
haven't
it.
yet. No.
Because I'm going to have to say yes.
I have
This
been
isn't with us.
blackout drunk when I played with Forever Until Now playing drums.
Listen to him name drop.
And well, if I was still with
Well,
him,
let me tell you.
if I was still with him, I'd be like, check this out now.
Right.
But I have been blackout
I
drunk
gotta
playing with Forever Until Now, and that I remember have not fallen off my drum stool.
Which is really funny because you guys are the drinkers, but this goes back to a day before Red Barn 88, which is who we play with, a cover band,
Check us out on Facebook.
or even before who I play drums with Lighting Matches.
Check us out on Facebook.
But back in the day, I played in a different band where I played drums, and I used to drink a lot, like too much, right? It was literally that much orange juice, and I'd fill it with vodka. I had enough in there to change color. So everybody was like, wow, that orange juice looks watered down. But I would chug this stuff and play. So there was a time when I just play and I was heavy-footed and beater goes right through the kick drum and I stand up. So I'm playing. I'm just kicking the side that's not punctured. And then I tried to do this really cool fill by walking around the front of it, and my guitar player pushes me into my drums the rest of the way. So I didn't really fall per se, but I definitely got shoved into my drums, which I was doing big drama, like, oh my God! And it all came with me, so everything ended up falling and tipping. And it was in the middle of like our 6th song. We were supposed to play like 8 because we were opening, I think for Yellow Card that day, and it was terrible. I was like, I was so mad at the guitar player for pushing me and knocking the stuff over. How am I supposed to finish any of these songs when I've already like broke my snare drum head, my kick drum head, 2 cymbals already fell to begin with because I was that drunk. I was like,
He's flopping like an NBA player.
yeah. You know, when I think about
LeBron
it,
James on the drums.
he was probably just going, "Are you okay?" And I went, "No."
It was sound check.
Yeah.
I swear, we were only like halfway through our set. I was like, I don't even know how I'm going to
Let's
continue.
go back to that list real quick on how to not get invited back.
Yeah.
Yeah, be
Right
that guy.
Right there. That's it.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, I'm surprised you guys have not really...
I have not.
Not so far.
Man, I have goals.
Come out to our shows.
Right.
It'll happen sooner or later.
Yeah, one of these days,
Guarantee.
one of us is gonna fall.
I would say come to one of our next 2 shows that we get, and it'll probably happen then because it's been a while since we played.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
That's true too.
Yep.
Oh, here's a good question. If you can still remember, which...
Probably not.
What are your funniest childhood memories? Listen, we probably have a lot.
Do we?
We definitely forgot
Our
probably even
favorites,
more.
though?
And we have a crap ton more from when we were young.
Right.
That we call BJ before Jess.
Kind of memories.
BJ's the best.
Wait. Which one are we talking about?
That's funny.
All of the above.
That's funny. Oh, it's funny.
I was gonna give a really sweet one about all 3 of us, but fuck y'all.
I have a bunch for us because we just do all kinds of dumb
Yeah.
stuff or whatever. But
I'm just stupid and no one likes me.
but one that really popped out at me for you and I is when we were trying to videotape us doing like dumb wrestling stuff. and we had somebody record, and I was able to we were in the front yard, which we never really usually played around because it's pretty close to a
pine
busy,
trees?
with the 2 pine trees, and I got to whip you around 2 times and then threw you right in the middle of that thing as hard as I could, and we had it on video. And
How old was I?
Oh, I don't know.
2?
9, 10 years old, something like that.
Honestly, I think I do remember.
Because we did some weird stuff out back or in front when we weren't supposed to anyway. but I just remember I was like, this is gonna be funny because we did it to where it looked like you threw me into a couple of our smaller bushes or whatever. But I went to the big pine tree that's closest to the driveway, and it was really small still at the time before it got huge. But I was like, we're being videotaped. So I tried to get airlift on him and throw him in the middle of the tree so that he kind of went cartoonish, went all the way down.
I didn't even cry.
He didn't.
I didn't even cry.
I don't know why that one pops in my head, but with me, that was pretty funny. So.
I do remember that.
Because I thought, I was laughing so hard, but in my mind, I'm going, Dad is going to kill me. Because I probably scratched him all up or whatever.
Right.
I was like, this was so stupid to do that I'm probably going to get in trouble for how dumb this was.
He looked like a subscribe button after that.
He was all scratched up.
Scratch it, baby.
And then one more that I thought with us, we also videotaping. We did a lot of videotaping just to here's proof we're stupid.
Right.
But one of them was, if you remember, on the back deck, we would set the video camera to a point where we had a trampoline out here, but you couldn't see it because we had it just above the trampoline level. So we would do some dumb stuff because way back when we had some poles out there for clothes hanger or a clothesline. Mm-hmm. So we had those out there. We had the deck itself that originally had a railing to it.
Yep.
And we would find things like that to climb on and jump up onto the trampoline and stuff, right? And we always do some wrestle and all that stuff on there and make it look all cool. Oh, watch this. I'm going to pick him up and, do these crazy maneuvers and do crazy suplexes and do this and do that. It was on the trampoline, so nobody got hurt, but you'd hear us go, clunk, oh! And meanwhile, we're boing, boing, do 3 bounces. We're oh, cool. A real WWE Matt. So one of them, and I think I was I think you were recording. I don't know, maybe you weren't even out there. I don't remember. But I was all set, and I was doing all these flips because I could do front flips. Couldn't do back flips. Scared the crap out of me I was going to break my neck, right? And here I am just bounce, make myself get really high. And then I'm on the edge, and I got a spring between my legs. Wham! And you see on the camera, you just see me, all of a sudden I'm this tall, and then I'm this tall, and I go...
Do you remember that?
And then you watch me roll.
You don't remember
I
that?
go backwards, and my legs get stuck. My legs get stuck next to the spring of the trampoline, and I just went... I went all the way back, and then my legs got caught, and I'm like, my quads! I felt like they were snapping off. It was so terrible.
We got to find that video.
Oh,
I don't remember
that one,
that.
and then there's more where we're just jumping around, and I'm trying to do high jumps with you, trying to bounce you so you go really high.
Oh, yeah.
And we try to do that to each other, and I tried to do that a couple times, but I kept scooting sideways, and before I know it, my leg went completely off to the outside, and my left leg was in between, so I had a metal bar between my legs. Yeah. I'm just I don't know how I ever had kids after all that stuff. It was so I don't know how or why, but yeah,
that's funny.
But those are my memories of me getting hurt pretty much, or trying to hurt Jess.
Yeah. I think my favorite ones are of you guys getting hurt too.
There's a lot of those. That's the thing.
It really is.
The neighbors pulled us around on their quad on sleds.
Oh, yeah, off the back. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was one, they went over this hill, and you went flying off the sled and landed right on your ass. And I swear you busted your tailbone.
I remember getting up and grabbing my back, my lower back around the tailbone. I'm like, ah! And, I thought it was broke. And I just went back to my knees.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That was funny. And then another one I remember, and this was from watching one of our home movies. Jesse was dressed as a Ninja Turtle.
You fucking bet your ass I was.
And this was last week, man. Yeah, he still has all his Donatello stuff.
Yeah. And he had one of those plastic masks with the rubber band.
Yeah.
Oh, did you grab it? Fucking
no, you did this to yourself.
Oh, of course.
He had a play sword, like a little samurai sword.
Yeah, the little gray one.
I smacked myself.
And he lifted his sword up really fast and smacked himself in the face and crushed the front of his mask. And you don't hear anything, and everybody's like, "Are you okay?" And somebody lifts up his mask and he's crying so hard he's not breathing.
It was last week.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh, I'm so glad you thought that was funny.
That was funny.
So glad.
Oh God.
There are some that are impressive that I thought was funny to a point. In our dining room, we used to have a pool table, and we didn't really play pool the right way. We would take,
Here
I got
goes
this
the window.
ball and that ball, and you just smack them into each other. Well, we got way out of hand, and I don't know how many times we hit our fingers, or we tried to hit each other's fingers with another. We were pretty much playing air hockey, but with pool balls. We're just like slamming, like, yeah, he got me again. And like 3 of my fingers are swelled up like this.
Yep.
Well, yeah, so the one is he ricocheted something so freaking hard it bounced, and then it hit that window to that front porch and smashed the corner of that thing. And like, I knew we were probably going to get in trouble. I knew I was going to say Andy did it. But I was still like in amazement. I'm like, well, that's impressive. Like that thing just launched like perfectly. Like I don't even know if we could do that with a pool cue.
Yeah.
Let's try again.
But yeah, we did some impressive stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a little bit of mainly when
What
we
about
were
Jesse's?
younger.
Oh, I don't have any.
He does. He's like, I remember all those. You guys are stupid.
I'll wrap it up by doing one that I remember of all 3 of us. Remember the game? I can't remember what was it. NES track and field.
Oh yeah,
We
with
had
the power pad.
We had the mat.
Yeah.
Or the mat.
Yep.
I remember we would all play that, and we would all have our own. You would hurdle. You would speed. You,
like
you know
a
what I
triple
mean?
Long
jump,
jump and
Yeah,
triple
we
jump.
all
Yeah.
have our thing. So one would do one, and the other one would be like, "Yeah, yeah." We get on our hands and knees.
Nobody would use your actual feet for it.
Even I was fat back then.
I used to
That's
do
the
really
one-
good, but we'd play for hours, and I'm just like, oh, my legs. So we'd just be like, oh.
That's one that I remember. All 3 of us would actually get along. Okay, you're up, man. It's the long jump now.
It's probably the one good memory Jesse has when he was a kid.
I told you I didn't want to say one.
He's
'cause
like, that's all I got.
I really had to dig that one
That's my
up.
one happy memory.
I really had to dig that one up.
The one time we weren't being total dicks to him.
This is true.
I still remember doing those little caps for like baby jar tops.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had-
Put
we
it in
had,
your
we had
mouth.
our nephew, had our nephew with us too, and we'd do that because Tristan would have it in there, and we'd like get in front of the camera, and every time I'd turn, I'd be like. With the cap right there, and I'd look, and then we had it so it would turn so you can see your face, and you're like, and you'd laugh so hard that it would go. And then we found like the slow motion button.
Oh
So they
yeah,
just
yeah.
saw,
yeah.
You'd see all my spit just like super slow.
Remember the time that Mom and I got in an argument? We were at the dinner table.
Which one?
Oh my, one of many.
Like anyone in particular?
I don't even remember what we were.
Oh, were you
arguing
talking about in
like-
general?
yeah,
Yes.
we were arguing about something about the car, not putting gas in the car or something. That
Were you eating something specific?
Yeah, tacos.
All right, next question.
So, so we were eating soft shell tacos, and
That's not a real taco.
Mom and I got we got like in this really heated argument, and I got so pissed off that I slammed my fist on the taco. And Jesse was sitting next to me, and
Eating a hard shell taco, which is a real taco.
Right.
all the fillings of the taco shot out the end and hit Jesse right in the face.
Everywhere. So mad. I'm just sitting here like,
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh man, we could do this one all for
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole episode of how did we make Jess cry?
Oh, the good old days.
Here's a question that was
Try to make me
asked to
cry
me
now.
that I will let you two answer. Kev, how many beers do you think you'd be able to consume? Jess, how many beers do you think I would be able to consume?
0.
That was so fast. Andy.
0.
I was going to ask it again. Come on.
Great. I'm glad we're on the same page there. Kev, how many beers do you think you could consume?
0.
There we go. Exactly.
But the better question is, how many beers do you guys think yourselves could consume in one sitting if it's Busch Light?
How long is a sitting?
until you pass out the first time.
Depending on how long I spread it out over. I mean, we go fishing in the fall, and we start pretty early in the morning, and
You can make it last all day.
could probably go into
But
the 20s.
how many will that be? Oh, in the 20s.
Yeah.
If you go, if you do all day, are you around that same number?
Yeah, probably.
Me and Andy usually keep pace with each other when we're fishing.
I was just gonna say,
Pretty much.
who can drink
much.
more? If you're really focused,
I don't know.
if you had to hurry and like chug, who's gonna pass out first?
Oh,
I'm gonna puke before I ever get close to passing out. Guaranteed.
Yeah, that's true. You are the puker.
Yes.
Once you get certain things mixed or you go too fast, like
I get full a lot, so I would probably end up puking too before I passed out. I just get full.
Yeah.
So here's one that I'll just ask it. Somebody wants to know, where was the most embarrassing place you have ever farted?
I just did.
I'm blushing just a little bit right now.
On YouTube, apparently.
Just now. So there was this day I got to work.
I love it.
Here, just go for it.
At my previous employer. I got there
Where's
pretty.
that? I'm just kidding. No.
Two Brothers Music and Things.
I remember this.
That's about 30 years ago.
It's before the talent got here.
Right, yeah.
So I was at work pretty early in the morning and nobody else was around. And I was just in my cubicle and had a bellyache and just let one go. And one of the girls that worked for me came in early too. And she came over to talk to me, and right away I could see it on her face. That she smelled it. And she actually called me out on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she did.
Nice.
Oh,
She's like, "Did you fart?" No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So yeah, it's probably my most embarrassing at work.
Jess?
At work too, I guess. So I work retail, so doing my thing down an empty aisle that's supposedly empty.
Where'd you come from?
Yeah. You let one go and one turns a corner. You're like, oh, shit. Well, it's only me and him. He knows he didn't do it. So that only leaves one other person.
Was it a shopper or a coworker?
A shopper.
Oh,
It's the
nice.
worst. If it was a coworker, I'd be like, yeah, so what?
Yeah, yeah.
But the customer walks by and you're like, must be steaks are bad. I don't even work over there anymore.
I told you not to buy steak from here. My answer is a little different. I don't get embarrassed. I just do it.
That doesn't surprise
anybody
me
that
one
knows
bit.
me knows that I just do it, and then I usually I'm the first one laughing about it,
That is true.
or I wait for your wives to smell.
Yeah.
I don't get embarrassed about it. I just do it.
Yeah.
And then my wife will hit me. Did you do that? I'm like, no.
Most of the time, you know it's coming from me because I make sure it's very audible.
Yeah.
It's either that or you
doesn't
make
really
a
matter.
face. You make a certain face.
Well, that's it. When we're watching football games, it's a cheat because a lot of times I'll adjust how I'm sitting, and
Yeah, I always know
Andy's
it's
like,
coming.
no, or Jess's thing is
I
he's
go in
got his
turtle
hoodie
mode.
and he puts his hoodie over and tightens his string as tight as possible. So he
I
goes
go
back.
Ninja Turtle mode.
I know, but then you start crying.
Because I don't smack myself in the face,
Well,
so
no,
you smack
I
me
smack
in
you
the
with my
face.
fart, and I go Jess, and I pull it back, and he's like, holding his breath.
He's been quiet in there for hours.
All right, we got time for a couple more. We decided not to do any commercials from any of our
Sponsors.
Who are we kidding? We don't have any sponsors. Everybody's like, there's no way. Here's a good one. It's a little morbid, but it's gonna be fun. What do you think will be your last words?
Jesus.
Watch this.
That's awesome.
Watch this.
I know it's gonna be me doing something stupid.
We all know that. Yeah. I'm just hoping that you go before me so I can witness it.
Hold my beer.
Oh, it's gonna be fine.
Oh, sorry.
Fine, I'll do this. Pass me another beer.
I think mine will be, I just farted.
Then mine will be. My last words will be crying.
That's why the three of us, especially me and you, we can't be near each other when we die, because either you're going to say something that's going to make me laugh to death, or I'm going to fart and you'll just die.
It's gonna be a real serious, somber moment. I'm just gonna be like,
In fact, if mine ends up being silent, you can make the noise for me so that everybody knows.
You couldn't hold it? No, I thought it was going to be silent.
doing sign language to announce your fart.
All right, we got time for one more. This is pretty fun, and we might do this next week if I remember. I'm pretty dumb, so I'll probably forget. But I want to do this one because this is kind of different. Somebody asked, if you could remove one color in the whole world, what would it be and why?
Just like take it out of existence?
Yeah, we don't need this
For
color
good?
anymore. It's gone. We will never have this color ever again.
Yellow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yellow.
Yes.
What? Green Bay's just gonna be green and white now. No more yellow.
Oh, fuck, I didn't think
Oh
about that.
man, Two Brothers next week. Two Brothers music things.
Green and green, baby.
As much as I hate yellow, it can stay. I'll get rid of...
Why?
I just hate yellow.
You do?
Yeah, I've never liked it. I really just don't like the color. It's not pretty. It's not gorgeous. It's not beautiful.
Nice dress, except it's yellow.
Goes our Asian audience.
Man, I don't want to edit. Quit it.
Not one single Ninja Turtle has yellow on them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Suck a fart. You know it's true.
Andy, what color? Come on, Betty.
Pink.
Why?
You took mine.
I don't know, because it's girly.
Jesus.
But it is the color of a couple of my favorite things, so let me rethink.
I know one thing. No, I know both.
You figured them both out?
I got them both.
Oh, I hate you. I was going to say pink just so we could stop the debate on whether that's salmon or puce. that was it.
There you go.
Like, let's get rid of that.
I love all colors.
I really hate you. All right, that's it. I'm ending this episode because sometimes my brother just goes too far.
What did I say?
And we want to, like always, thank you for listening to wherever you get your podcast, whether you're downloading, streaming, watching it on Facebook because we post our new episodes, whatever. If you are watching, we encourage you to keep watching because things get crazy around here, and they're about to get crazier when we get the negotiations done with the real Dr. Drew.
Jesus.
And thanks for hitting on YouTube. We're already having great success with video clicks
Great
and
success.
lots of. We're getting a few more scratches. We're getting a few more scratches of the subscribe button here and there.
Scratchy.
Make sure you hit that bell, which sounds like
Ding.
dong.
Oh, nice.
There's a little delay there as well, but yeah, well, we got that. So make sure you keep watching us. We're gonna do one more thing, and we want to know, what do you have to say for yourself, Jess? What do you have to say for yourself?
What I have to say for myself is Andy likes pink.
Oh, I hate you too.
Edit that, baby.
This is gonna be a throwaway episode. People are gonna be like, "What happened to that episode?" Knock it off. Oh, that was visual. You can do that, sure. All right, Andy, what do you have to say for yourself, Betty?
Dolphins sound like meh. Oh. I have to say, Dolphins sound like meh.
Oh, you're such a jerk. Oh my goodness.
Why did I think of that?
Oh man. What do I have to say for myself? I have to say I used to be mean to Jess when I was young. I'm about to be mean to Andy while he's old.
Nice. I like that one.
Oh, please come back next week when you'll hear or see Three Brothers Music and Things, and we'll see you next time, and we'll see you.
Bye.
Yeah.
I'm all stuffy.